Well, I'll be darned. That is really good. Today I'm making biscuits, and it's been so long since I made them, I have no memory except they were really, really super yummy. So this is flour, baking powder, and salt mixed together. Now what you want to do is you want to take some cold butter that's been cut up into little cubes, throw them in here and squish them into the flour. It's 227 grams of starter. Now this starter here, I just refreshed it about a couple hours ago because I didn't have enough. And but you can use dormant starter or active starter, it doesn't really matter. So 227 starter. And now what I like to do is, I just like to take it and put it out on the table and use my bench scraper, my plastic scraper, to squish it together and to form it into a dough. It's a little messy, as you can see. But once you've gotten it together into a nice ball of dough, you can either shape it right away and bake it, or of course what I like to do with, this is messy, what I like to do is I like to leave it in the fridge overnight, 24 hours, you know how it goes, 48 hours, so that the sourdough and the flour can get to know each other, and the sourdough can do its thing with the flour, and that'll also develop the flavor. So I'm going to do this, put it in the fridge, and I'll come back and shape them and bake them. The dough here has been in the fridge, I think, for 2 or 3 days. I did have it labeled, I sort of forgot. But anyway, I've rolled it out here into a rectangle, and haven't used any flour or anything. And I don't know if you can see here, there's pockets of butter in here. And so what you want to do is you could, of course, just cut it up and just put it on the parchment, which is flying around here, on the parchment lined sheet. But what I like to do is I like to fold it over, which is sort of like laminating it, sort of like croissants. And that'll give you layers, and similar to croissants, I've never done croissants because it just seems like a big pain in the you know what. But someday I will, because there's just so much that goes into it. But so that's what I like to do. I like to roll it out again, flip it over, and do that like 3 or 4 times. And then cut it up into squares. You can also use a round thing, so a cup or something, and cut out round biscuits if you like. And then it goes onto parchment paper, and it bakes for about 20 minutes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, the biscuits were in the oven for 23 minutes, and I could have maybe left them in maybe a few minutes longer to get them a little browner. So, you know, you always have to look at the color that you're looking for, and of course also the temperature. You know, you want to have it 198, 200 degrees Fahrenheit on the metal, 202. But as you can see, the lamination did a really good job. We almost have like a little bit of croissant stuff going on here with some, I don't know what they're called, anyway, flakiness. And there's so much butter in these things, I'm not even going to put butter on it. I'm just going to try it. It's always the same thing with sourdough. The flavor is just amazing. These are really nice and flaky. The crust is crunchy. They're really good biscuits, although yeah, I could have made them a little bit bigger, but next time. So I just made the biscuits, and that got me to thinking about biscuits and gravy. You know, every time I go to a restaurant, I see that on the menu, I'm thinking, what the heck is that? That makes no sense at all. Do they make gravy from biscuits or something? But then I figured, okay, I'm gonna go look up the recipe, and holy cow, it looks sort of interesting. So what I've done here, I've taken some ground pork, and I've browned it, and now I just added a 1/4 cup of flour. You're making a roux. So I have 2.5 cups of milk here. I'm gonna pour that down on there. And since I bought ground pork instead of pork sausage, they all say to use pork sausage. I'm going to make my own sausagey stuff. So I have some sage from my garden here. And what else do I have? I have some red chili flakes. I also have some thyme from my garden as well. Love thyme. I'm going to let it come to a simmer, let it cook for a while. It's supposed to thicken up because of the flour in there. And oh yeah, I do want to add salt. This is going to come up to a boil, and then I guess I'll have some kind of gravy that I'm going to have with my biscuits. Okay, first time ever biscuits and gravy for me. It does look sort of nice. The sauce thickened up really nicely, and Smells pretty yummy. Let me try this. Yeah, I know the biscuits. Next time I need to make those biscuits bigger, but well, I'll be darned. That is really good. All right. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to a restaurant, order biscuits and gravy, and see if it's anywhere near what this is, because this is absolutely amazing.